Welcome back to my channel. I'm Nay. If you're new here, I'm a photographer and content creator based between Berlin and Zurich, and I'm very excited about this video because I'm going to be talking about probably the most important tool I use as a creative freelancer, next to my cameras, of course. As the title says, I'm gonna be showing you a tour of my Notion and also show you how I use it, kind of talk about my workflow as a freelancer. So yeah, and I'm actually so freaking excited because Notion is sponsoring this video. Just take a moment because this is my absolute dream collab. So thank you everyone over at Notion for sponsoring this video and of course for creating such an amazing tool. I feel forever indebted to you guys. I just feel so passionate about Notion and the way it's changed my life and just made the way I work so much better, and I'm really excited to share with you all how I use it today. I feel like everyone uses it in such a different way and it's always so interesting to see. It's basically an all-in-one workspace, so there is so much stuff you can do. You can take notes, like a lot of people use it who are studying. It's really great for organizing information. You can manage projects and tasks. You can make lists and galleries and boards. A lot of businesses and startups actually use it to run and manage their business, so it's really great for teamwork and collaborating on projects. I also think it's really fun. Like, the more you use it, the more you learn about it, you learn about yourself, the way you work, and I feel like Notion helps me to take this beautiful creative mess and give it order and give it structure, and it helps me to actually make my ideas come to life without getting lost in the process. I have a link down below. Please make sure to try it and maybe change your life. Maybe, hopefully a little bit. And for everyone who's already familiar with it and using it and figuring it out, I hope this video can be of some value to you, maybe give you some new ideas. Let's get into the tour. I feel like I'm not getting proper air today. I literally have to open my pants. The first thing I want to talk about, a super cool feature about Notion, is that you can actually have multiple spaces. So if you go to the top left corner here, you can toggle between your different spaces. So the first one, the one we're in right now, is my work sort of office space. Like, this is where I have all my serious work things. And then you can switch into Nay's hangout space. So this is more like chill. I have like my reading list on here, recipes, like stuff that's not really work related, but you still kind of want to put away. And I only started doing this recently. So cool. I can definitely imagine doing multiple spaces even for like bigger projects or something. One way you can use these spaces, and like I was talking about collaborating before, is so Yusuf made this page because we were trying to read Picture of Dorian Gray together and like take notes on it and have like a book club. But we made this collaborative page, which is super cute. We have like the little characters. I don't know how much we filled out. We just made spaces here. Just a disclaimer, to be completely transparent, I definitely rearranged this and made it more aesthetic for this tour. It was a lot messier before. It was just definitely very messy. First, I want to show you the part of my Notion that I probably use the most and I interact with on a daily basis, and it's this. It is my year split into months, split into weeks. So if I click into here, I have my weeks. And I started testing out this workflow in March when I saw Yusuf do it, and I was like, ooh, that makes so much sense to split it into weeks. So let's click in here, and I'm gonna show you one of my weeks. So this is an example, and I really love going like into the visuals here and channeling the mood and kind of vibe of the week. This week I was just super in like focus mode. All I wanted to do was just like sit and work and concentrate and study. And then here on the side I have these photos. It's like remain or evolve. As you can see, I just like split everything into the days, and then I have my to-dos for each day. And I love the toggle. I'm gonna show you like how I use it for a sec. So basically you just press shift and then the arrow, space, and you got the toggle, and you can select everything and drag it in. Super cool. Into my notes. So yeah, I have like notes here. Here I just felt super out of routine, so I just wrote down like a simple routine that I wanted to try out for the week. And then sometimes I like making inspiration boards. So here I just had these 2 photos that I pulled from Pinterest, which is a super cool other feature on Notion, is you can literally go around the internet and just copy and paste photos. So let me give you an example. If I pull up my Pinterest over here, like let's say I liked this really sweet like forest scene. Basically just copy it, go into my Notion and paste it, and there you go. It's a little big right now, right? So you can also drag it and put it next to each other and just kind of arrange it. And then I also have a debrief page, which I'm gonna get into in a sec. So this is kind of like how a week looks for me. Let me see if I can pull up another week. I remember this week I was reading Bell Hook's book. What's it called? On Love. I'm gonna like pull it up on the screen, but I was feeling very like spiritual, kind of dreamy, and it also only started on Wednesday, so you know, it was one of those weeks where like the first 2 days of the week I was just totally KO. Here I met up with Leah, and I just have like these cool visuals I pulled up. I really like these. So the last week I want to show you, which is also really different, is week 11 in March. And then here I just have this big green sort of restful image. I think it's just a very like recharging week. And this week was fun because I just put each recipe I cooked that day with the link. So wow, I feel so like digital now. Everything is connected. I think I went to a lunch here, and then these were some thoughts I had after the lunch. So yeah, that was really fun. That's kind of a spectrum of how my weekly setups look. Right, so let's say it's a Monday morning. I did my morning routine and I've now sat down to work. First thing I do is I do a weekly debrief. So ideally I'd be doing this on a Sunday evening, but I usually just end up doing it on a Monday morning. I have my templates. So I would be doing a week debrief template. Okay, well let's say I would click into this. I get a template for my debrief. So I just kind of listed like little questions that I want to things I want to reflect on for the past week. But what I actually did is, if I go back in my weekly to-do list templates, I've actually already included a debrief template at the bottom. And I'm obviously gonna be having these templates available for anyone who wants to use them. Debriefing is so underrated. I don't really hear that many people talk about it. I've gone weeks without debriefing and I can just feel all the dust kind of layering and my brain clogging up, and this seems so minor, but it's really important to me. There's just something about reflecting on like their past week or month, and even just writing down like nice things that happened. I had fun working on the Notion video, stuff like that. I was just in Paris, and doing my Paris week debrief was so fun because I just got to reflect on so many beautiful times I had there. I actually wrote quite a lot of things on like encounters with strangers. For some reason I just had the sweetest encounters with strangers in Paris. And then this is one of my favorite parts, which is what would you like to try out next week? And then usually when I fill this out, I will copy it into my next week, so I kind of have that and can remember that. And by the way, these visuals, I also picked them up from Pinterest. They're from a really cute artist, and I think it's from a New York Times article or something these were made. But yeah, just kind of put them in because they're all coherent and cute. So after debriefing, I go into the new week, which is week 23, and I've just copied the things that I wrote down for what I want to try this week, and I put them into my notes. And this next part is so fun. It's honestly one of my favorite parts of the week. I do like the visuals. So what I will do is I'll just put on like a 25-minute Pomodoro timer. I will blast some music and I will go on Pinterest, or I just think about if I saw something really cool from an artist that I liked the past week, I will put that in here. I feel like it just sets me up really well for the week and makes me really happy every single day when I'm working in this space. Okay, we're back. I just spent a little bit of time to do the visuals for the next week. This week I just kind of want to have fun and create, and like here I have like this person like on this tree. The next thing I do is kind of catching up and balancing things from the last week. So let's say I have some to-dos that I didn't get to do, emails from Friday, for example. And I also have in my work home, so I'll also go through my dump, which I've actually ordered, and I will also look through here if there's anything I need to do. I look in my Google Calendar if I have any appointments for the week, what are my deadlines, so stuff like that. So I have this up here to remember. So that is how I do my weekly setup, and I've been doing this, as you can see. If I go back to my 2022 overview, I've been doing this for the last 3 months and it's worked super well. I feel like I've been so productive and so in the clear with what I'm doing and what I'm getting done like never before. So for kind of planning and setting goals and laying out my month, I feel like I'm still really figuring that out. But for now, my strategy is I will have 1 to 2 sessions at the beginning of the month where I, debrief. So I also have a monthly debrief template, which is pretty similar to the weekly ones. Yeah, I feel like it's a little in depth. It's what did you learn? What did you do well as a photographer? So I will really think about and reassess, hey, what worked, what didn't work, what direction am I even going in as a freelancer? I feel like it can be so easy to get caught up in your deadlines and what you're doing right now and forget about the sort of long term, bigger picture. So I really like to think about that stuff and work smartly. If we're already putting in so many hours, make sure we're going in the right direction. So I have my monthly debrief for April, and then I made this concrete goals for April page, which, as you can see, I just kind of split it into 4, so the 4 weeks of April. I think I started a little later, so I started on the 8th. And then I just kind of think about what I want to get done each week, what my goals are, and I'll just kind of split it up. Kind of works. I feel like I forget, I lose this page out of sight. Sometimes I want to figure out how I can do this even better, but I think you get the gist. And what I actually just now started doing in June is I pre-made all of the weeks for the month, and usually I would just do week by week, but what I thought about is if I have my monthly page, I can just drag the goals into the weeks already. So just really pre-planning and setting up these systems so we can work smart and don't have to think so much. We just want to sit down and make art. And I want to go back to my work home and talk now about these sort of areas. So I'm going to start off with photography, and I just want to show you how I sort my photography projects. These are more my ideas, I guess. I have this sort of table. I don't quite know what this view is called. Maybe it's a database setup or a table setup. An amazing feature I love about Notion is I can have all of my ideas here in the same place, but I can categorize them with tags. So here I have my creative concepts, and then here I have like people I want to work with, like people I have in mind for shoots. And then I have like a list of brands I want to work with. Like the thing about being a photographer is you need to be like on your toes at all times. You need to be able to get organized really quickly. Like let's say you get an inquiry for a shoot and they're like, hey, we want to shoot like our new collection. We need 5 models. And we do clothing, so we're also going to need jewelry. So if you have some contacts, like, you know, organize someone. So I need to have my database of brands that I like working with. Especially, I love working locally. So I have like my list of like Berlin designers or Berlin jewelry makers that I could hit up at any time and be like, hey, I need stuff for a shoot. Or I have my database of like models I like working with. So obviously these are sort of like prop answers for the video, but you get kind of what I'm saying. And I also have an archive for things I already did. So you could also go to settings and you can organize this information in whatever way you want. You don't have to have it as a table. You could have it as a list. You could have it as a gallery. You know, like really whatever you want to do. I love this so much. Just going from having all of this information spread over my phone notes and notebooks and stuff, and then just like being so overwhelmed and confused to this is so nice. And then I have like a list of my rates. Here I had like an idea for a zine. This information now to me feels so plain and straightforward, but there were times when I was like, I have no idea like how I should keep track of my YouTube videos. This is my video inventory, all my YouTube videos that I want to do. So as you can see, I have started up with next up because here I probably spend the most time. Like I'll have all the videos that I'm working on and that are coming out, which is really cool. So you can have the names, you can have the date when they're coming out, you can have tags. So let's say, you know, this is a sponsored video, so I have a sponsor tag. And then what's cool is you have the table, but you can also, like, these are all pages. So you can like have even more information. I'm actually gonna open it up as a page. So I still have my to-dos still before filming the video. I have like drafts, notes. I have this script here where I wrote out the intro and stuff like that. So I have name ideas for the video. And as you can see, it's all so condensed and so overviewable. The magic of Notion is really being able to like put all of this information into each other. I have my ideas. These are just a couple of ideas that I had for videos to do. I have my archive. So that's how I organize my YouTube videos, and I'm so happy with it. I feel like there's still potential to make it cooler and better and more engaging, but for now I'm like super happy as long as this information is stored away and I know it's here. So I'm planning to study in the fall, so I have my school journey organized here, which has been such a blessing, and I want to show you like the little pages. So the first thing I did is I did a little reflection on my education. That's when I was kind of figuring out what I want to study. Have this like little cottage image. Just kind of reflected a little bit like what kind of skills do I already have, and just kind of made like a little list. What fields do I already know things in? Where do I want to expand my knowledge? Like what do I want to get better at? Like I want to learn coding. I want to learn more about community building. Like I want to learn French and Italian. So it's so cool to have this information somewhere. And then I also made a little list of like resources. And then I made a list for all the potential schools that I was looking at. So schools and locations that I was interested in, like courses I was interested in. So this is just, you can plan everything in Notion. I really love it. And I have like a little to-do down here. And then I have my university application that I'm working on at the moment, when you should be doing what, the dates for when you can go visit the school. Like there's so much cool. I'm melting inside like a lava cake. Wait, where do I know that? I feel like my friend said this and I wrote it down. So I wanted to show you a page that I'm really fond of, and it's my art school applications page that I made last year when I was applying to art schools. And this was so incredibly helpful. Basically, I listed all of the schools, all of the deadlines and dates. This is so inspiring to me. I'm like, wow. So I really like this page. I think it's really cool. And then yeah, here's my newsletter. The way I did it, like it's super simple. Like I just have a list in here where I wrote down like what I want to mention in my newsletter. Super chill, like it's nothing fancy. It doesn't have to be, but as long as it's organized, I'm happy. And then this is my dump once again, just with all my tasks. So I think that's pretty much all of my Notion. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for watching my Notion tour and setup. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you were able to take something away from today. Is that how you say it? Thank you again a million times to Notion for sponsoring this video. I'm truly so grateful. Yeah, again, if you want to try it out, I have a link down below. Make sure to try it, make sure to use it. Let me know how it went. And yeah, I feel like we're all on our own little Notion journeys. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely June. It's a Pride month. Oh my god, best month of the year. Yeah, I hope to make more videos this summer. I have a bunch of stuff planned, and hopefully with Notion we can make this happen. I also really want to talk more about my freelancer journey and everything I've been learning for the past 3 years. I feel like a lot of people who follow me are also like starting out and have a lot of questions and stuff, so that would be really fun. Like, let's do it. Oh my god. Yeah, anyway, wrapping up the video. Have a lovely day and I will see you soon. Bye bye.